Okay, so I felt like doing a very quick rundown on a couple of pieces of stock news. I'm going to try to make this short because I know every time I say I'm going to try to make this short, I end up running off at the mouth and I go like 30 minutes and stuff. Opinion: 4 reasons why value stocks are poised to outperform growth in 2022 and 14 stocks to consider. So basically, Market Watch is giving you 14 stocks to consider. VOOG, VOOV, Vanguard, S&P 500. So these look like these might be index funds. BKX, which is NASDAQ Bank Equity Index. XLE, Energy Select Sector. ARKK, Tesla. We all know who they are. Coinbase, fuck them. TDoc, Teladoc Health. ZM is Zoom Video. Now, first of all, I'm going to talk about Zoom Video again because the thing, I really wanted to keep it as short as possible. I don't want to go too long. The reason why Zoom Video shot up to like a high of like 500, and I think it was like 580 or something, was simply because everybody saw the value in the stock as soon as the pandemic started. Unfortunately, once the pandemic came to an end, all of a sudden everybody was off Zoom, and either their business had their own teleconferencing or you had to use some different teleconferencing. Like, let's say if you were a school student, some schools had to use Zoom for the first time, but they knew that Zoom had lots and lots of problems and security issues, so they got off of it. Zoom went up to like $580 something, and right now it's at 162. So that's all I'm going to say about that. TMUB, U.S. Treasury notes. I'm going to talk about that real quick. 1.727%. If you buy a U.S. Treasury note, now that the Federal Reserve has set the interest rate so low, over the next 10 years, you're guaranteed to lose money. Nobody wants Treasury notes. The Federal Reserve, if they buy them, they're buying them basically at a long-term loss. There's no way to recoup the money on that shit. C is probably Citibank, if I'm not mistaken. C is Citigroup. Yes, Citibank. I bought stock in Citibank. I told y'all to buy stock in banks and oil specifically. CVS. CVS is what, $105? I don't know what the long-term look of CVS is, but they're suggesting CVS. FDX looks like FedEx. Yeah, FedEx and anything related to shipping products from China seems to be doing very, very well. Good luck to them. And then there's GM. General Motors is doing pretty well. I told y'all to buy General Motors when it crashed at $20. I don't know how many of y'all got in, but good luck to you. So it says investing is all about being in tune with the trends. Here's one to be aware of for 2022. Value stocks will most likely beat their growth counterparts. The trend is already underway. Consider blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read this shit. You can read this yourself. I'm not going to read all this. Okay. Rising interest rates favor value stocks. First of all, Federal Reserve ain't raising interest rates for exactly the same reason I just pointed out. The 10-year treasuries, you're guaranteed to lose money on, right? The problem is the interest rates are so low that the Federal Reserve or anybody else on the outside, they can't buy treasuries and make money off them, right? Here's the problem, though. You can't raise the interest rates because if you raise the interest rates, this bullshit economy that they got going right now, granted, they'll call it Biden's economy. His economy will collapse. But the thing about it is the president really doesn't have anything really to do so much with the typical economy. That's more about the Congress and the laws they pass. So I'll say the same thing I said when Trump was in office. It's really not the president who sets the economy. However, in this case, Trump had a better energy policy than Biden has. The problem is the Democrats have gone whole hog on this idea about electric buildings, electric cars, so forth and so on. So they're really trying to tighten the screws on oil, which means that oil has actually gone up in price because when Trump was in office, he allowed you to damn near drill anywhere, which caused speculation to decrease. The Democrats are making it so you can't drill any and everywhere, so that caused speculation to basically cause the value of oil to go up. They think that it's going to be more expensive, so if they think it's going to be more expensive, the value is going to go up because now they're betting that the value is going to go up. So the energy policy is fucked up. And this is the Democrats who have a shitty energy policy. I've never seen gas at $3.50 or higher in the winter. We have different mixes of fuel in the winter and the summer. They do it because of nitrous oxide. During the summer, they have gas mixes that have lower nitrous oxide amounts so that they can reduce the amount of smog and ozone, right? During the winter, because they don't have the prolonged periods of sunlight, they allow us to use a mix that normally would, create more nitrous oxide. These motherfuckers, I've never seen a winter fuel mix at $3.50 a gallon premium. That's bullshit. I think the highest I ever saw gas during this time of year was back in Hurricane Katrina, 2005. And this is bullshit. It's just bullshit. But the thing about it is these are them Democrats. So when it comes time to vote, you people better be ready to annihilate the Democrats out of office. I don't even want them to just lose. I want them to lose in landslides. Do you understand? Landslides. So if you don't agree with me, well, shame on you. But the thing about it is I know what I'm saying is true. These motherfuckers have a shitty energy policy, and that's the reason why gas is $3 and motherfucking 45 cents at BJ's and Costco when I'm getting a gallon of premium. And you know what? Most of y'all ain't got that kind of money, so y'all are buying that regular unleaded, and even your gas is higher than you've ever seen it before. So I tell you what, when it comes time to do these elections, I want to cost some people their fucking jobs. How about that? Okay, so interest rates ain't rising. We're basically at negative interest rates right now. We're basically at like a -7. To rise like even 2 points would put you at a -5. They're not raising interest rates. If they raise interest rates, we're at $29 trillion of debt. They won't even be able to pay the goddamn interest on the debt. Let me tell you something. All this shit talk about raising interest rates, when I was a kid in the 80s, interest rates were 10% in the bank. The bank was giving you 10% on your money. I had a Federal National Savings Bank account, Republic National. It was called Republic National Savings. 10% interest. I had like $2,000 or something in an account making 10% interest. Right now, you're getting 0.05. They ain't raising interest rates because they won't be able to pay the national debt. When I say quantitative easing forever, quantitative easing infinity, yeah, that's basically where you are. So if y'all want to go on believing that they're going to raise rates, well, you keep right on believing that. So anyway, it says, so naturally when 10-year yields rise as they are now, expensive stocks in areas like tech underperform the cheapest stocks in areas like cyclicals, financials, and energy. Points, RBC, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to just put the link. You can read this shit yourself. But they did make a suggestion, which I'm going to get to. Higher inflation is positive for value strategies. Higher inflation makes the stock market more expensive. I'll also say this. Higher inflation makes the cryptocurrency more expensive. I don't trust cryptocurrency at all. But the point is, because the cryptocurrency is based on the value of the dollar, Bitcoin doesn't stand on its own. Like if I ask you how much is a cup of coffee, you're not going to say fucking 0.0002 Bitcoin. You're not going to do that. You're going to say the cup of coffee is $1.50 or something like that. Bitcoin, Ethereum, none of this shit stands on its own. Its value is only in how many dollars you can get for it. Its value is only in how many yen or yuan you can get for it. So the reality is, as the yuan and the yen and the dollar, as those things rise in price or cost, you need more cryptocurrency to get a hold of one of those dollars. So your Dogecoin ain't worth shit. I think it's worth like 15 cents right now. So that means that you need more Dogecoin to get $1. Because ultimately, nobody's buying shit in fucking Dogecoin. I've never seen a real estate market take Dogecoin. If I want to buy a house, I had $49,000 deducted from me by a check to buy my last house. They don't take motherfucking Dogecoin. They don't take Ethereum, Litecoin. They don't take none of that shit. Now, granted, there may be some company out there that wants your crypto and they're willing to give you cash for it or something so that they can basically not have to try to buy into it themselves. They can get yours. But for the most part, nah, that don't happen. That don't happen. In fact, most of the companies that said they were going to take crypto had to renege because the value of crypto dropped. It's like if a movie theater says, "Oh yeah, well it's going to cost you, I don't know, 100 Dogecoin to get in," and then the value of Dogecoin drops. Now they need more Dogecoin for that same ticket. This is why that shit is a Ponzi scheme. That's why it's so stupid. So first of all, higher inflation means that it's going to cost you more to buy into the stock market. It's also going to buy you less of your crypto, your nonsense. So the bottom line is high inflation may be positive for the look of the stock market, like you'll go up to Dow 40,000 eventually or Dow 50,000. The bottom line is it's still costing you more to buy into this market than it ever has before. That's just the bottom line. And that's just a fact. I'm sorry. So anyway, what else we got? Inflation rate is at, what is this? The inflation rate greater equals 6% in ensuing value. If these people are seriously talking about, what is this? It says, here's a chart from Buckingham showing that value stocks. Yeah, you're talking about history though. Okay, what is this? 7/31/27 to 03/31/21. What the fuck is this? All right, never mind. I don't even want to look at that. I'll look at that later. Value stocks do well after recessions. Well, this is a little bit different because if you're going to look at history, you've never had a situation like this where you had, because see, this isn't a regular recession. This is stagflation. You've got unemployment, underemployment, poor government programs, poorly targeted government programs, and you also have very high inflation. This is stagflation. That's what you're in. You're really, the word we should be using is stagflation. Stagflation. That's what you should be talking about. Value stocks do better when COVID cases decline. Well, no shit, because more people get to go to school, more people get to go to work, blah, blah, blah. The reality is right now, a lot of businesses are still getting their asses kicked by COVID quarantine. A lot of businesses are forced to go into bankruptcy and close indefinitely by COVID quarantine. If those businesses are attached to stocks, that's not good, guys. That's not good. Okay, what else? Which stocks to favor? Cyclical names, banks. Now, I kept telling you about this. Banks, insurance companies, energy, business, these populate the value camp. I kept telling you banks and oil, banks and oil, banks and oil. I kept saying it. I kept saying banks and oil. Energy. As far as I'm concerned, I believe oil has another 10 to 20 years to be on top. Now, they can talk all this about pushing you into electric cars by 2030 and 2040 and everything. So even if I gave them 2040 and I say, yeah, it's going to take that long to get the gas cars and the gas trucks to make them completely illegal to buy in certain states, I would still say gas and oil are going to be around for about 10 to 20 years. So my thing is, right now, I got 10 years till I can retire. Right now is my time to make my money in oil. And then by the time I retire, that's when I'll be selling and getting out of oil. So I'll make my money, make my dividends, whatever I can get. And then by the time I'm retiring, that's the time to sell. I think oil's got some time. Like, for instance, the last energy delivery to my house for my boiler and my furnace, it was an oil tanker. And that oil tanker gave me, well, in fact, I got the paper here. The oil tanker gave me $583 worth of oil, 162.2 gallons at $3.59. So, yeah, if I was worried about, if my electricity went off, as cold as it is, it's right now, I'm looking at my watch. It is, what is this? 4 degrees. This week, it's been negative 8 degrees Celsius. It's been negative 4 degrees Celsius. Today, it is 4 degrees Celsius. But it's been negative 8 and negative 4 degrees Celsius this week. Below freezing. If I had to rely only on electricity to heat my house, I'd probably be sick or dead right now of freezing cold. Even in my car uses premium fuel. It burns a lot of energy to make sure that that heater stays hot. Gas and oil are going to be around for a long time. So you could tell this moron, what's her name? NYC governor. And it's sad because this stupid bastard Cuomo lost his job. And now we got this Governor Hochul. coal, electric. This moron wants to have buildings be electric. This is so stupid. It's incredible. Now we've always had project heat. Always had people complaining about buildings not being warm enough. And these people are talking about forcing buildings to be completely electric by 2030. Hey, you said that, and now you know it's also funny. You know it's funny in that exact same sentence. I can also talk about what was it? Outlet kills 19 Bronx. So yes, we had a fire this week because somebody.
Could you say that again?
Shut up, Siri.
Sorry.
Yeah, we had a fire because somebody had a malfunctioning electric space heater. Now, this is what happens. When you hear about these fires, this is what happens. What happens is these apartments, these projects tend to be cold because you end up having like slumlords who either don't get the shit fixed, or what ends up happening is they try to ration the energy so that they don't burn up the oil and the gas that much, right? So what ends up happening is somebody gets the bright idea that I'm going to take an electric space heater and I'm going to put one in each room and I'm going to connect them all by the same fucking extension cord. So I guess you electricians out there can figure out what happens. An extension cord overloads and it usually sets itself on fire along with the rug and along with the children inside. This killed 17 people, including some number of children. And this happens every single year. You probably didn't hear about it because the news is busy talking about shit that don't make no fucking sense and doesn't really matter. But fortunately, you've got me to give you the real news, not like those losers on Fox and those losers on CNN and MSNBC. I'm bringing the real news right here. This is the real news. This is what happened. So, as I was saying, more than 6 people are reported to have been injured in the fire. And that's what happens. Overloading sockets, overloading extension cords. And you're telling me that this moron wants to make the buildings electric? Hey, guess what, stupid? If it's -8 degrees outside and we have a power outage, you know what's going to happen to the old ladies and the old guys and the children inside the buildings? They're going to freeze to death, probably. Some of them will freeze to death because a lot of times NYPD gets called to these apartments and they gotta crack open the door and they find out that there's some dead person inside because of exposure. It happens. It happens more than we talk about. They don't like to talk about that because they don't want you to be like, depressed. But yeah, it happens. So these people are so stupid that they want to disallow gas connections in order to force you to have electric heaters. I need all of you who hear the sound of my voice to get ready to vote these motherfucking idiots out of office. And I'm just going to say it just like that. No holds back. No tongue held. You got to get ready to vote these stupid motherfuckers out of office. I can't say it enough, okay? So I'm going to keep on speeding through this because I don't want to wait too long. I don't want to take too long. Okay, so anyway, I think that was the end. You can read this yourself. Next, my favorite story of the day. Bitcoin trading losses may have cost El Salvador $10 million amid crypto slump, report says. El Salvador President NAYIB Bukele during the Latin Bitcoin conference. Now, keep in mind, this was taken on 2021 when he thought that it was going to go to $100,000 because he was lied to by the fake gurus on YouTube. The recent Bitcoin slump has cost El Salvador about $10 million in losses. Aww. Led by Bitcoin-loving NAYIB Bukele. The country has bought at least 1,391. My God, these stupid motherfuckers. Now, if they had followed my plan, we would have bought bank stock and oil stock. What did they do? They bought motherfucking Bitcoin. You stupid motherfuckers. So anyway, you threw your entire country on the crap table, you stupid motherfucker. So anyway, El Salvador's aggressive Bitcoin. Now keep in mind, the guy bought in around like 55,000, 56,000. And then even when the shit dipped to 50,000, these stupid motherfuckers bought the dip at 50,000. And we'll get to crypto in a minute, but guess where it is right now? I can promise you right now it ain't at 50,000, but we'll get there in a minute. 1,391. But man, damn, if I could gamble people's money like that, I wouldn't gamble it. I'd put it in on banks and oil, but not these people. So anyway, the recent crypto slump has not only affected retail and institutional investors, but also the only nation where Bitcoin is legal tender, El Salvador. The Central American country led by Bitcoin-loving NAYIB Bukele has bought at least 1,391 Bitcoins using public funds, not his own money, according to Bloomberg, which estimated the holdings based on the president's tweets. You idiots. So, this means El Salvador would have shelled out roughly $71 million at an average purchase price of $51,000 per shitcoin, based on Bloomberg's tally, which took into account the time that the day Bukele tweeted. And working on the assumption that Bukele's government has not sold any of its Bitcoin holdings, its portfolio would now have seen roughly a 14% loss, down to $61 million based on Wednesday's price. Now, I want to point out something. About these fake-ass cryptocurrency. I want to point out something real quick. So usually in my community chat, to heckle these stupid motherfuckers, I usually point out when they make these predictions. Like, for instance, this guy Tech Lead, who's really popular for, I think he even created a scam coin himself. He's saying Bitcoin will be $100,000 this year. I say lol. I say you're wrong. And then I want to go on down to these guys, Fresh and Fit. Now, Fresh and Fit have been in, the news for other reasons. They were in the news specifically because I think some woman from Instagram, some influencer, stormed off the show after calling Myron mean or some shit like that. But I also want to point out this one. Cryptocurrency, Kim Kardashian and Floyd Mayweather were being sued over crypto promotions. Okay. I also would like to point out Fresh and Fit had a see, this is what happens when crypto starts going down. You got the fake crypto gurus who come out in full force, and they're still talking about, oh yeah, it's going to 100,000 in 2022. So even when it's going down, they do everything they can to pump it back up. Here's the problem, guys. They can't pump it back up because the government's not sending welfare checks to these children sitting at home to gamble away their money on Robinhood. And I shouldn't say their money because it's not their money. It's my money. It's taxpayer money. They're being sent these welfare checks so that they can. Now, see, this is how the government created all this inflation. Government printed all these welfare checks. These people went out and started spending money. Rather than hold on and save the money, they started gambling it. So if they weren't buying shit like stuff from Amazon to put more money in Jeff Bezos' pockets so that they could just turn around later on and complain, the richest 21% have all the wealth. They got 10 trillion. The richest 5%, they got all the money. Well, guess what, you stupid motherfuckers? Maybe you should stop sending Zuckerberg and Bezos. Stop sending them your money and stop complaining. Maybe the reason why you keep complaining is because you keep sending them the money. You morons. But then again, we're talking about the same people who force feed their photos of themselves to Facebook, force feed all their details to Instagram, force feed all their details to Snapchat. We're talking about the same people who force feed the government itself all of their information, who put Alexa and Siri speakers in their apartment buildings and in their hotel rooms and whatnot so that they could say, hey, Alexa, play some music by Queen Deep. And the thing about it is, what they don't realize is that fucking thing is always listening, and the second that they do something that could be considered a crime, the government's going to have a whole recorded conversation because Alexa, and it's not like you're making this up. They already know that these things are always fucking listening. But you're so stupid that you still buy them. And you put them in your fucking house, and your living room, and your bedroom. Just like that guy who put a ring video camera in his daughter's room and is surprised that pedophiles are contacting his daughter through the Ring video camera. I mean, how stupid are you? Are you as stupid as, I don't know, NAYIB Bukele? Maybe you are. I don't know. I would read the rest of this, but frankly, I could care less what happens. When they finally decide to impeach this asshole, that's when I'll really care about it. So, anyway, let me keep on moving. Sneaker reseller StockX inches towards IPO as re-commerce continues to roil retail. All right, I'm going to say it like this. The way an IPO is supposed to work is you're supposed to have a company that got its initial funding through venture capitalism or raised money on its own, and then the company proves that it has a working business model that is profitable. Then somebody decides to take the company public, and that's when they're supposed to launch IPOs. But what have we been seeing? We've been seeing something almost the exact opposite. We've been seeing IPOs being launched simply to get new investors on Robinhood, these little children with their freaking welfare checks. We've been watching them investing, if you want to call it that. Gambling is the proper term. But they're gambling on these IPOs. And what ends up happening with all of these IPOs we've been seeing, Coinbase, Vanguard, Bitcoin, all these IPOs we've been seeing, what ends up happening is something funny. The IPO starts to increase. They hold it so that you can't buy it until it increases up to a certain point. And then when you finally get a chance to buy in, it's already increased to a point where you don't want to buy it, but you feel like you're missing out. So what you do is you buy into it, and the moment you buy into it, maybe a day or two later at the most, it starts to decline. I don't know how profitable this company is. I don't know. It resells sneakers. I don't know how profitable that is. I will not be buying into this IPO. I'd rather take that same amount of money because, and by the way, I also want you to notice something. Apple, Tesla, with the stock splits, they try to make it so that these things happen right when you're getting money into your hands. Tax season's coming up. They want to make sure that they launch whatever they launch right when tax season's coming up. Last time we got tax season during damn near the summer because the government gave you so much time to file late. So you had Apple and Tesla launching their stock splits right when you were getting your tax returns. So yeah, these people are smarter than you. That's the bottom line. They're smarter than all of us. I'll include myself. They're smarter. And they know exactly how to whet your appetite and how to get you into something. And then when the bottom falls out and the initial investors suck that pump and dump scheme dry, you're left holding the bag. Just like these idiots who were sucking into Reddit. Because you remember I kept telling people, please don't buy that GameStop shit. Please don't buy AMC. What did it do? GameStop went up to like $400 and something, and then that shit crashed. What was AMC? AMC I think was like $79. And went right back down to 34. Now there were people who bought into GameStop above $300. There were people who bought in above $400. I guess they ain't getting that money back, huh? I guess they ain't. There's a lot of people lost their shirts. Good for them. They should have known better. Pump and dumps. You need to watch the movie Boiler Room so you can learn what a pump and dump scheme is. Because when you watch that movie Boiler Room, you learn what a pump and dump scheme is. You know how to avoid it. So I guess the last thing I want to talk about, because it's 29 minutes. Now by the way, the Bitcoin, no, I'm sorry, this is not Bitcoin, this is Anchor. I mined some coin in this wallet. I mine coins, and what I do is I exchange them and use Coinbase to exchange them. But I mine them, and it doesn't even come out of my pocket with the electricity bill because I do it outside my house. Bottom line is this. Bitcoin, 42,000. Hey, NAYIB Bukele, are you still going to buy the dip, NAYIB Bukele? You still going to the moon? I don't know. Ethereum. Oh, I remember when it was $4,600. Oh, yeah, Ethereum's going to be $10,000 by the end of the month. Yeah! No, I guess that never really happened. XRP. Oh man, all the people I listen to every day talking about XRP, XRP, XRP. Oh yeah, well as soon as the government gets that lawsuit removed, oh XRP's going to the moon. Yeah. And then there's Cardano. Oh man, I remember Cardano was $3. I had guys telling me, "Oh, you stupid! You don't know what you're talking about. Cardano's going to the moon. Cardano's going to the moon. You should have been smarter. You should have bought the Cardano." I haven't heard from them guys in a while. I think they defriended me, honestly. Some people, when they hate me enough because I've said some shit that comes true. Do you know how many friends I lost over Trump when I said, yeah, guess what? Trump's going to win. Oh, you stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. You're not Motherfuckers defended me, and then all of a sudden, he's swearing in. I haven't talked to some of them people in a while. One of them moved down to Florida. But, you know what? Whatever. Shiba Inu. Oh, Shiba Inu is going Super Saiyan! if by Super Saiyan you mean it's going right back into the fucking toilet, oh, well then I guess maybe it is. I guess, I don't know. Maybe. Super Saiyan! So anyway, Dogecoin. Oh yeah, Dogecoin's going to $1! That never happened. I remember. Oh yeah, back in January. You remember back in January when all those hacks on the news? You remember when all those fucking hacks were talking about how Dogecoin's going to the moon and this, that, and other? What was it? Because I remember when it shot up because these motherfuckers got these goddamn welfare checks and they dumped all that money onto Robinhood. How we doing today? How we doing today? Oh yeah, Dogecoin going to $1! No, I don't think so. I don't know. No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, Dogecoin's worth more than Ford and GM put together. Dogecoin is up so high. Their market cap is $23 billion. They worth more than the car company. You gotta get the Dogecoin. No, I didn't look. No. Nah, but you know what? You get the point. Because I tell you, after a while, oh shit, Bitcoin Cash went down a little more. There are some expats who I know who are living overseas and they rely on Bitcoin Cash. Well, I remember when it was higher. I remember when it was like $600 and it was down from like $800. Well, I remember when it was way up here. I remember they were showing off their portfolios, flashing their phones. They were swimming in them Thailand pools. 1,642. I remember that. They were they were flashing all that money. Now I'm going to Maldives, business class, off of stock gains that I made on April 14th. Now they were busy skinny dipping in the Thailand pool, flashing off their Bitcoin Cash. Well, where's Bitcoin Cash? Where the fuck is that shit today? Oh, wow, $381, man, ain't doing so well. Not doing too well. All the rest of these Ponzi schemes, well, you know, I after a while, you know, it's like whatever. It's like, hey, listen, if you want to go to the casino, see, you know what's funny? That's how, you know, I get into these same arguments when people go to the casino. I got people in my family. I help them refinance their fucking house, save them $800 a month. And this is a specific, every single time I see this person, they're going to the casino. And I'm like, why the fuck you going to, now, you think I wanted to save you $800 a month so that you can just go to the casino? Shouldn't you be saving some of this shit? Nope, not these people. Nah, we're going to double the money. We're going to go to the casino. We're going to put $700 on snake eyes. I give up. I honestly, I give up. It's amazing. It's just amazing. I swear to God, it's amazing. It's amazing. But some people like to gamble. I did watch that movie with Mark Wahlberg, The Gambler. Some people love gambling. I don't like to gamble. I go to the casino, I might order a drink, and that's about it. If I do choose to play the machines, I probably use about $20, and that's it. And that's it. Like I'll say, okay, you know what? This is how much money I'm going to gamble. If I lose this money, I'm done, and that's it. I'll go play in the. So I'll do something else, but I'm not gonna fucking sit in front of these machines. And I always believe after watching Casino, you know, the Oliver Stone movie, I always believe that they're watching you and they let you win just to trick your ass into putting more money in. And I think that the whole shit is rigged. And the only time it pays out is because they have to pay out because they get audited. That's what I believe. I'll never be able to prove it. Somebody will always be there to say that I'm wrong. Whatever. But I'm not. You know what? That movie War Games, that 1980s movie, the only way to win is not to play. And that right there in 35 minutes is how I feel about these fake ass IPOs, these fake ass cryptocurrency gurus, and these fake ass Ponzi scheme cryptocurrencies. The only way to win is not to play. Put your money in something with value, banks, oil, things that you know can appreciate over time, pay you a dividend, at least give you something back for what you're putting into it. Instead of you waking up and all your money just disappears. Think about all these people who are in Dogecoin and Shiba Inu and they woke up to watch this shit just evaporate. Think about them. Think about the people who were actively suggesting you put your money in Safe Moon and Safe Mars so that they could brag to you about this chart. Because, you know, everybody, they wanted to brag to you about this chart back here when this shit was fucking 0.000011. And they got you to put your money in, and now it's down here somewhere. You know, War Games was absolutely. I actually watched that movie last night. I watched it. You can watch it on YouTube for free right now. The only way to win is not to play. I want you to think about all the people putting their money into Safe Mars, trying to convince you to put your money in Safe Mars. Yeah, buddy, it could go up. You never know. It could go up. It could be the next Bitcoin. I don't think so. I'd like to, you know what? I'd like to see the face of somebody on August 16th at 8 p.m. And then I'd like to see their face at August 17th at 8 o'clock p.m., like a couple of minutes later or whatever. Yeah, the very next day when that shit dropped harder than it ever fucking dropped before. I mean, how is this legal? Like, where's the government to step in and say, you know what? This shit's illegal. See, a lot of other governments have done it. China stepped in. They said, nah, guess what? It's done. It's over. You're not fucking with the currencies. You're not paying drug dealers money over the internet. You're not doing none of that. It's done. You know, where's my government to do that? What's America's government doing? I have a theory that what they want you to do is they want you to put your money into stuff like this because this way when it disappears, it helps reduce inflation because you didn't actually put your money into the market. You didn't actually buy products with the money. That's what I ultimately think is happening. Your money's getting cashed out by some kid in some poor country somewhere else in the world the moment you close your eyes and the other side of the world wakes up. But you know what? War Games had it right. War Games had it right. The only way to win is not to play. That's it.